So what are you going to show us today?
Well, I thought that I would share a little bit with y'all about harvesting seed from some of our favorite flowers that we have in the garden.
Nice.
So, you know, it can be a little confusing. One of the frequent questions I get, folks who are wanting to save seed, is that they're not sure what the seed is. Like, where is the seed located?
I can understand that.
And that can be very confusing because think of all the different flower forms that we have. They are not all similar in structure or form, and it can be a little confusing on where you need to look for those seeds and what they can look like. So I thought that we would take this opportunity to just use some of the plants that y'all have here in this garden and show the viewers, you know, where to find those seeds.
Okay.
Does that sound good?
That sounds good to me.
So I wanted to start with these marigolds. They're in the bed right here behind us.
Okay.
Marigolds, oh, it's one of those plants you either love them or you hate them, right? Some people don't like the smell of them. I really love the smell of them.
I think they're fine.
They are heat tolerant, drought tolerant. A lot of people like to use them as companion plants around their vegetables and other herbs. And they're a cute little flower. They can reseed themselves, but if you want to save the seeds and intentionally plant them somewhere in your garden, you're going to need to know where these seeds are located, right? Okay. So obviously most people would go to the flower. Sure. That's where we want to start with all of our seed locating adventures.
All right,
okay?
to the flower.
You need to go to the flower. So that's where we're going to start here with, this one is in prime condition, right? Then you want to follow those petals, and I want people to start examining the flower structure. Look at what's underneath that flower petal. So here you can see we've got this swollen area. That's where the ovaries for this flower are. And as this flower begins to mature, those are going to continue to thicken and puff up, and we can see that here in this flower that has began to kind of crumble up its petals, lose its petals. I'm going to go ahead and pull those off so you can see what's happening underneath. So this is the ovary. This is the area that interests us for seed collection, okay? Okay. Because if each of those ovaries gets fertilized, it's going to turn into a seed. Got it. Okay? So I have a few others here that were a little farther along. Let me dump these off. This flower head, I would say, would be ready for us to break it open and harvest. Okay. You need to allow that to fully mature. You want it to dry, feel papery to the touch. You certainly don't want to harvest the seeds while they're still green. And you can see here as I crack that open, see how dark the seed is? Yeah. You can tell that it's no longer green and that those seeds have now changed in color and are darker here.
How about that? Yeah, very distinct.
Isn't that neat?
Yeah, that is neat.
And so, you know, if you're a lazy seed saver, which there's nothing wrong with that,
nothing wrong with it, okay.
Right? So it's easy for me to take these all out. That's the husk they were in. There's probably 50 seeds that came from this one flower. If you're a lazy flower seed saver, you could make sure that these were dry, leave them out for a day or two, and store them just like this. But if you want to clean them, that's understandable as well. So we have a couple different techniques for doing that. These were so dry that I was able just to pull that petal trash off. And this is the actual seed. So you see how pointy it is? The seed down here at the bottom, and then this top part is part of the seeds. You don't have to clean that off. So I don't know if you have ever planted zinnias from seed. Yes. The entire thing, even the little papery outing is part of the seed. And the same goes for these marigolds. So all you really have to do is pinch those dry petals off.
Yeah, that comes off easily.
Yeah. And you could have done that while they were still in a bunch, but I was trying to hold this paper plate so that they could see it. Once you've done that, your seeds are clean and ready for storage.
Ready to store. How
for
about
the next year.
That's good. Okay.
Let's see, what's another one that we want to look at that might be, oh look, I'm gonna seed those in your garden.
Oh, how about that?
For next year. Let's take a look at Rudbeckia seed head. Here, this is a beautiful cultivar with that dark centers in it. Obviously, this flower is at its prime for enjoying in the garden and for, you know, used as a cut flower. But if we're wanting to harvest the seed, these are not fully mature yet. What we want to look for are flower heads that are looking about like this. Now, once they begin to open up, I'd say this one is past its prime, and it's probably dropped a lot of its seeds already. See how easily they're coming off? We want to collect them while that head is still kind of tight, but certainly dry.
Got it.
Okay? So I'm just gonna pop that head off, and we'll kind of deconstruct it right here on this plate. So all the petals are already dried up. We're gonna go ahead and pull those off. Easy way to detach these seeds from the seed heads, just take your fingers and just kind of give them a little brush with your thumb. Obviously, if you're inside, you won't lose as many as I'm probably losing right now. But we just want to give those a little...
Again, that's pretty easy, right?
Give those a little tease. Yeah. And these seeds are much smaller than our marigold seeds are. And there are hundreds in this seed head, okay? So you would just keep working at it to loosen those seeds from the seed head. And then I'm gonna go ahead and throw those parts down.
Yeah, those are so small.
So small. Each one of these teeny tiny linear pieces is a seed. Wow. Okay? Every single one of them right here, every little line. And again, these have a little awn that's attached to them that helps them fly in the wind, you know, catches the breeze, just like we saw in the marigold, except about twice as small for these Rudbeckia seed. And so, you know, we could do a little bit more cleaning on this. We could use a series of screens or sieves, or we could use, you know, a light blowing technique. It's too windy out here today to show that because the seed would blow away just as well as the chaff would. But definitely you could clean that up a little more, or you could store it just like this, as long as you're planning on using it the following season. As long as it's dry, it shouldn't affect the seed storage viability.
That's a lot of seeds. What do you think the germination rate would be?
Well, if we harvest it at the opportune time, I think we're going to be close to 90%. So that seed head that we just harvested. However, if you let them sit out past their peak maturity to that first seed head that we looked at, where it was already dropping seed, once fully matured seed are exposed to 90-degree temperatures or above, their viability rate can start decreasing. So that's why we want to make sure the seed heads are dry, but we don't want to leave them out there too long.
Well, Celeste,
we
appreciate that. What a great demonstration.
Thank you.
I learn something new every time that you come to us.
And I'm just going to throw in before we leave.
Throw it in real quick.
Coneflowers are very similar to Rudbeckia. So similar situation. The center of that flower is the part that you want to focus on for seed collection. Harvest that, use your thumb to break those seeds away.
So same method there?
Same method. You can see they have that same awn attached to the end of it. And again, that's where you need to look for the seeds.
That's where you look. Celeste, we can tell you love this so much.
I do,
I do. On and on
we could do all these, but we don't have time.
We don't have time. So thank you much, Celeste. We appreciate that.
You're welcome.
Good stuff. Good stuff. Thanks for watching the video. If you enjoyed it, please click the subscribe button below.